Hello everyone and welcome back to Commonwealth Cars and welcome to 2018, a year which will surely be great for my country of the United Kingdom. This video is actually meant to be the last video of 2017, but I was lazy and so it's the first video of 2018. Woo! So if you've watched any of our previous videos, you know we have a love-hate relationship with Teslas. We did a video on the launch of the new Tesla Roadster, which I am still very excited about, and we also kind of poked fun at it in our, I think it was Vancouver versus Supercars video, both of which you can probably see behind me, and there'll be a link in the description. Now, despite our poking fun at the Tesla brand, we do enjoy Teslas here. We actually have access to one, a P90, and it is a beautiful, beautiful car. If you're not familiar with Teslas, they're basically the super advanced, futuristic car that you saw in movies and thought, man, that would be cool if that was real, and it is real. It's a Tesla. You can go and buy one now. They have such things as being able to drive themselves, being able to reverse themselves out of a car parking spot, being able to, I don't know, it's just everything. If you can think of it, it's probably in there. Teslas are by far the most technically advanced car on the market at the moment. No other brand is really getting close to what Tesla is achieving. This fully electric car company went from 0 to 100 really quickly with the release of the P90, the P100, and now the X, and in, I think, 2020, a semi-truck, a roadster, and eventually a pickup truck as well. But why are we talking about Tesla? Well, the problem with having new technology is it leaves you open to new flaws and new problems. That's what we're going to talk about today. I live out in the countryside, just outside of a main city. Now, why do I bring this up? Well, that means we have a lot of wildlife. You will see badgers and foxes and mice all over the place. And normally this isn't a problem. I mean, badgers can do some damage to your front bumper if you're driving too quickly, but you didn't hear that from me. So why do I bring up mice or mouses? Well, we had a bit of an issue with one. It rains a lot here in the United Kingdom. If you've ever been here, then you'll know this. We basically live in a Tupperware box. It's always grey. We don't really have seasons. It's just either rain or maybe we get a little bit of sun and everyone goes nuts. We definitely never get snow, apart from that one time. But rain is a common issue, and that means a lot of standing water on our roads. Now, where we live, there are a lot of potholes. Don't worry, I will get to potholes at some point in a future episode. But the problem with potholes, especially when they get really big, is they basically become like mini lakes when it rains. Now, for an electric car, you may think this is a problem, but actually, Teslas handle it very well. They're very well sealed up, and we've never had a problem with them before. We've even gone through fords. If you don't know what that is, it's basically where a river passes through a road, and it's like super shallow, but it's high enough that you need to be gunning it if you're in a petrol car to make sure it doesn't go in the exhaust. And we have never had any problems with that. Until a couple of weeks ago. Now, we were driving back from somewhere, and we were close to home, and there's a big body of standing water that often comes up on the road. It's a common problem. We've driven through it hundreds of times, even in the Tesla. And we go through it, and all of a sudden, everything starts breaking. And I mean everything. If we were in the Star Trek Enterprise, it would look something like this. Total carnage. And these were the errors that came up on our main screen. No autopilot, no traction control, no ABS, no automatic braking, air suspension needs servicing, stability control disabled, no park assist, and by far the most scary, no foot brake. Being so close to home, we managed to nurse the car back into the driveway and call Tesla up, who were really good, and they came and collected the car. Tesla were really great. If you are a Tesla customer, then you'll know that their customer support is amazing. Especially in our area of Bristol, they are really, really good. They were really engaged. They really did everything that they could to keep us in the loop. Especially seeing that this is around Christmas time, so they were super busy. So they are really good. The only problem I would have with the service was the hire car that they gave us to replace the Tesla. Now, of course, they just don't have the fleet to be able to give us another Tesla, So as part of the insurance or the recovery package, you get given a luxury hire car for the duration of your car being gone. So what was the luxury car that we got? A Hyundai i40. Now I'm going to give a quick review of that car. If that wasn't obvious, it wasn't for me. The worst thing about that car by far was that whenever you started it or whenever you got in it, it made this stupid little jingle. And, just everything about it was awful. I mean, for a family middle-range car, I'm sure it's fine. But it had some really weird design choices. For example, it had flappy paddles, which it did not need. It had no power whatsoever. Its ability to turn off traction control was on the main dash, like down here, which was pointless because even if you did turn it off, it did nothing. And then it just didn't make any sense. It was terrible. It was a really bad hire car, especially when we were meant to be getting something luxury, but that's a very nitpicky thing. Anyway, back to the main story of the Tesla. We eventually get it back and we get the report to what went wrong with it. And this is where it gets a little bit scary, but mostly interesting. It turns out a small mouse had managed to crawl inside of the car up through the tire and had chewed through some of the cables. Now, if you've ever played Pokemon or if you know anything about electricity, you know that water and electricity don't go so well. So when the car went through the puddle, it shorted out the entire system, which is not good. Now, imagine this has happened on a highway or a motorway, if you're back here in the UK. This would have been a really big problem. Not having your foot brake, especially if you were in autopilot when this happened, you would be having a real risk of having a big accident. As far as Tesla were aware, when we were talking to them, they've never seen a problem like this. This seems to be a very new occurrence. So hopefully they will do something or address this in some way, because it could cause a lot of problems. We are not exclusively the only ones who have mice or mousy mooses. These rodents are everywhere. They're in every single country around the world. So I highly doubt this will be an isolated problem. So it'll be interesting to see what Tesla do about it. If you've enjoyed this video, please hit a like and a subscribe. It would be much appreciated. Also, go check out our Instagram, Commonwealth Cars. We post pictures of cars. If you like cars, then you'll like that. And we will see you next week. Probably.